Kala halwa wadlaya Basham Shai Basham Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that rule and teach well, peace and salutations to the brothers of the four corners of this earth, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. I am Madam Natazak saying Shalom. Right. Here we have a video of Donald Trump making some rather, for lack of better word, interesting statements, and we could just go through some precepts. Call this is prophecy yet again, another insight to the accuracy of the scriptures. And that is the worth of being, in this truth. You could tell the future, right? So the less.
He took the sanctions off. They became rich under Biden. They went from having no money days ahead. That's all I can. And that's going to be the next thing you'll be talking about is Iran. What's going to happen with Iran? And there'll be some interesting days ahead. That's all I can tell you. We're down to final strokes with Iran. That's going to be an interesting time. And we'll see what happens. But we're down to the final moments. We're at final moments. You can't let them have a nuclear weapon. I think that I would have had a deal within 1 month after the rigged election of 2020. They were all set to make a deal. And then when I lost, they saw this person who's a stupid person, very stupid person. And they said, let's not make a deal. And they were right. He took the sanctions off. They became rich under Biden. They went from having no money to having $300 billion.
Right now, this is their master puppet right now, He leading the charge for what the rest of, for what the rest of the world going on do. Right, so we got some precepts there. Because he's the so-called leader of the so-called free world, right? I know I get tired of saying that shit. It's really funny when you sit down and you meditate on it. I digress. We go to the second address, 15. I'll start from 14, but I believe the point is really in 16. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. So basically, woe to the inhabitants of the world, right? Verse 15, for the sword and their destruction draw it nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Yeah, swords is basically the artillery, the missile capability, the submarines, anything they use for defense, right? As we now see, according to Trump, there's some interesting days ahead. Then the last strokes with Iran, they fed up, whatever. Them not supposed to have no nuclears. Basically, they threat. Yeah, they threat. Verse 16, it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. Well, the point was in 15. The sword and the destruction draw it nigh. That is the time we're in. Time of sword and destruction, time of wars and rumors of wars. Alright? It's been that time. Yeah, it's high time for the place to go up in smoke. This kind of it's high time for we to be saved, for we salvation to be here. And we seeing prophecies coming, because the destruction and salvation go hand in hand. The destruction of this place and our salvation goes hand in hand. Right? We can't have one without the other. So as much as you want to be saved, you have to grasp the concept that, hey, this place needs to go. Yeah, so this place needs to go. And that is what we see in here, the footsteps towards that, the nudges they're making towards the end of the world as we know it. today, right? Or as they think it would be, you know. And this is as they say, they vintage Esau. You know what I mean? Always saying some shit. You know what I mean? But war is in his heart. He blessing is the sword for a reason. That is his main trait. Right? That is his main trait. The Psalm 55:20 said, he had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He had broken his covenant. Yeah, you know what he say? He say, under Biden, he lift the sanctions against them, you know. Yeah? He take it off. So it was cool. It was normal at that point. Right? They started to make money, so on and so forth. Now you want to come and restrict that and implement, as they so-called, they say, diplomacy. You know, there's always use that term loosely. Not diplomacy, democracy, Salakia. Yeah, democracy. Verse 21, it said, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Yeah, so regardless of what he may be doing or what he might be saying they're doing, you know what I mean, we continue and see it because there's plenty of corruption and this, that, and the other. All this is to be detrimental to society in the latter end. You know what I mean? Later on, they're going to be going to realize why they was doing what they're doing, and as I forget the position the lady hold in his government, but she was speaking on a podium. I think I did a video on it a while back, and she was saying, they need to regain the trust of the people. You know what I mean? 'Cause after the whole job fiasco with, you know what I mean, realizing, and up to today, I saw some headlines and articles talking about who admitting that the jobs was, you know what I mean, wasn't something that you should take. They admitting it causing cancer and thing in people under 50 and all these things. But yet still they wasn't saying that part, you know. Remember back then they was only saying, yeah, you need this in order for you know what I mean, to return back to normal and all kind of madness and so on and so forth. Right? And in that sense, that is why that is who they are. That is the main characteristic, as one would say, you know. That is the main characteristic. Let me just grab a precept here. I didn't jot down this, but it now came to mind. So like, yeah. Isaiah 10 and 1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. And that is what they're doing with the draconian laws and thing. And you know, if I had to bring out this, I had to bring out the Revelation 12 and 12. Right? Because it says what? Therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth. The same thing that it said in 2 Corinthians 15, right? And of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he know it that he had but a short time. Yeah, he know he time up, he know he time, he's not even limited it up. Alright? These numbered. You know, so now they want to go around pestering everybody who seem to have a defense of their own, and you know what I mean, try to break it down, make sure they are defenseless if need be for them to come in and attack. If they do go and attack, it's not really to because they are nuclear. We know it's some ulterior motive, something they're trying to gain, or you know what I mean, just to kick off chaos to bring the new world order. Right, that is how they operate. You know. And yeah, that is just the message in this video. So once again, I hope it was insightful. Edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Bashem Kakadash. Until next time, Shalom.